never been a fatherless quarterback to ever win the Super Bowl?
No, I didn't know that.
Ain't that a trip? Nobody even think about that. I looked at the last 50 Super Bowl winning quarterbacks, right? And every single one of them had a father in their life.
Hey,
You know?
Segovia, back with another video. Hope everyone out there is having a good day. Y'all got family coming out tomorrow. I'm excited. We got a good reaction coming up today. It's a beautiful Saturday, y'all. But always remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm here to entertain you guys. Hope I'm doing a good job. Don't take everything you see in these videos to heart. Make sure you guys go out there, do your own research. I can't stress that enough. But we got a good one today, y'all. Before we get into it, hit that like button, y'all. I'm in the algorithm, I'm out the algorithm. Let's keep Segovia in the algorithm. Hit that thumbs up, y'all. Let's get to 1,000 likes. I've never had a video with 1,000 likes. Let's get into it. I got a lot of chit chatting to do at the end of the video. Make sure you guys stick around for that. Let's get into it, y'all. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
So I know everybody's seen this commercial during the NFL Super Bowl of Tom Brady looking lethargic, looking drained. But what if I tell y'all this wasn't just a ad? This is something deeper, and we finna dive right into it. So you got Tom Brady, the NFL GOAT, the man who defied age, logic, and the system for decades. But now in this ad, you can see him. His battery is depleted. So y'all can see his battery is low. So they saying he's drained. It's right there in the front. But this is just not an ad, y'all. It's a signal. I feel like this is more than just a commercial, y'all. What if this was a coded message for energy harvesting? Think about it for a second, how Tom Brady was in the NFL. They portrayed him as a man who never slowed down, really. They talked like this man was a machine when he was on the field. But now, his power is low. So who drained him? What drained him? Come on, y'all. We've seen this before. The idea that elite figures are used for energy sources. They do it like this. They build them up, they turn them into icons, and then they extract their essence for something bigger, darker. They build him up, and the NFL fed off his greatness. This man won 7 rings, and the NFL won billions of dollars in revenue off of him. So now that he's retired, he's out the system. They no longer have any use for him. He's useless. So what do? They drain him of his energy. As y'all can see, his battery is low. So Fox Sports, they broadcasted this, and they are owned by powerful global entities that shape the narrative. The same ones who control what we see, what we hear, and what we believe. Y'all gotta think about the timing. We got the Super Bowl halftime, the biggest collective energy event of the year. Millions of people tuned in, eyes glued to the screen. They are focused and engaged. And guess what? They were feeding the system. Like I said, I don't believe that shit was an ad. What if that was like a realistic messaging of some sort? This was like a public display of energy depletion. And they just showing they don't care how much of a star you was. They gonna use you and they gonna discard you when the time is right, when they don't need you anymore. So now you think about it. Tom Brady, the NFL legend, the GOAT. As you can see, his battery is drained. What happens when it's all gone? Y'all think about that for a second. And if they doing it to Tom Brady, you know they don't give a fuck about us. But TikTok, this is strictly for entertainment purposes only. This is just a story.
There's never been a fatherless quarterback to ever win the Super Bowl?
No, I didn't know that.
Ain't that a trip? Nobody even think about that. I looked at the last 50 Super Bowl winning quarterbacks, right? And every single one of them had a father in their life. You know?
It makes a difference.
Oh, it does, man. And I'm not knocking single mothers or anything, because they can raise good kids, and you know, but having 2 parents in a household,
man, that's a whole different ball game right there, because you come with balance.
Yeah, it adds the stability, discipline, and accountability. I mean, the kid grew up with structure.
Yes,
And you need that structure as a quarterback.
Yeah, that's important and for the mental game.
Yeah, because the quarterback is a position of leadership. You got to have composure, be focused. You got to have qualities. You got to have discipline. The discipline you learn at a young age when you have two parents in the house, you got to have that at quarterback, man.
Now, I think it was Deion Sanders that said when he's doing recruiting, for defensive linemen, he wants dogs. He wants, single family homes. He wants grew up tough, grew up poor in a bad area. That's what he wants as defensive linemen. When it comes to the offensive lineman and quarterback, I want two-parent household, balance, good college, good grades in school. That's crazy. Like that's what they look for on offense. But on defense, they want dogs, that scrape to get by. And that is crazy that's how deep it goes for football. Like he was saying, like a quarterback, you need leadership, you need balance. There's never been a Super Bowl winning quarterback without a father in the house. But on defense, they want the complete opposite. They want some dogs off a leash over there.
The kitchen is a really dangerous place if you don't know what you're doing, basically.
Yeah, I mean, people use plastic cutting boards, and the amount of plastic you're getting just from using that is a big problem.
Yeah.
Obviously, all the non-stick stuff that people are using that has the forever chemicals in it. I did a video that got 2 million views on sponges. Sponges hold bacteria. If you got new ones every 2 days, it would be one thing, right? But the fact is they're there for weeks. People throw them in the dishwasher.
That's gross.
But the study showed it didn't kill them because it just tucked in.
I love the scrub daddies, but when I saw that video, I was like, damn.
Yeah, exactly.
Because people use them to clean their counters too. So they're just spreading it
No, and then
everywhere.
you're spreading bacteria.
Oh my.
Yeah.
This cult may actually be stealing souls.
This is in Arizona?
This is in Arizona.
And this really rich guy, he's a, what is it?
He's a Rothschild.
A Rothschild. He bought this town of Felicity and named it after his wife, Felicity.
Wait, is this real?
Who we think we ran into.
Can we make sure that this is real?
We visited it.
Go for tours of this place.
Oh, we did a tour.
We did a tour.
Horrifying.
Why?
Tried to get us in the center of the pyramid, in the center of the thing, put our foot in the middle, save this thing and make a wish and then sign a contract. And I was like, and we were like, I'm not doing that. And she was like, well, it's the only part of the tour you have to do.
And they go,
to do the tour. And that's when we said, we don't want to do the tour anymore. We're going to leave. And she was pissed.
and then they said, she goes, this right here is the center of the world.
This is in Arizona?
This is in Arizona.
And this really rich guy, he's a, what is it?
He's a Rothschild.
A Rothschild. He bought this town of Felicity and named it after his wife, Felicity.
As always, thanks for watching. Stay weird.
I remember my mother and father recording the rituals.
Did your mom force you to eat Sam?
Yes. That was my consequence for not sacrificing Sam. And it wasn't the first time I was fed human flesh. I think there was connections, the black web, dark web.
How much do you remember about the very first ritual that you witnessed?
I remember my mother taking a pliers, or what looked like a pliers. It was an instrument that went like that, and she was torturing.
I know some people live in a bubble of naivety and they really don't think things like this exist. But this is a real survivor of that situation, speaking the truth, even going as far as to confess about their own parents. And as for the dark web, imagine there was an online network available where people could do what they want without ever being tracked or traced. Now who do you think would go on there? Obviously evil and sick, twisted people. That's what the dark web is, that's what red rooms are.
Hold up. Right, that's a crappy card to be dealt, y'all. Like growing up with me in the neighborhood playing, there was a kid that he was never allowed to come out and play. I believe the dad was abusive. He would be able to come out and play once in a while, but he would just always be up in that second story while we're out there playing, looking out the window. And, you just don't know what goes on in households. You don't know what goes on in your neighbor's household, or, crazy things like this come to light. And you realize, like, man, I never knew that was going on. And you don't know what's going on next door in your neighborhood or whatever. So that's a tough card to be dealt, those type of parents. But it happens.
I must just say. You said you were up till 4 in the morning?
Yeah, so, actually a little more like 5 in the morning. But
okay.
We got the XAI data center, or supercomputer center, training from beginning installation to start of training in 19 days, which is the fastest that anyone has ever gotten a supercomputer to train.
And is that in that new building off the side?
That's in Memphis, actually.
It's in Memphis?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's where you were?
Yeah.
I see.
Memphis, the capital of ancient Egypt.
Right. Yeah, you're bringing what?
Perhaps that's where our new God will come from.
Yeah, no.
That's where our new God will come from.
Yeah, kidding. No kidding. Yeah, I wish that was funny. Yeah, okay, so I want to talk to you about alignment.
That was funny.
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
And that's where our new God is coming from. No.
Friend of ours went there. He said there is a pact with every country that has a slice of it that they will not dig or remove any minerals from Antarctica. And he even said that a scientist was there, said to them, World War III will not start until one of these countries breaks that pact. They are clearly protecting or preserving something that may or may not be under, I believe it's 3 miles, Mark was saying earlier, at its thickest of ice.
90 million years ago, there was a lush rainforest that is now covered in miles of ice on the Antarctic continent.
Conspiracies out there. A whole lot of conspiracies out there on whether it was a double.
Yep.
But why did they dump the body into the ocean?
They had told us that's what's going to happen even before we left. And I remember we were asking, why is that you're going to dump him in the ocean? And they said, well, because we don't want a shrine to him where people can worship. And I remember explaining to them, you don't understand Sunni Islam. You don't... there's one God. You worship Allah. You not false prophets. They would not do that to bin Laden. All I know is we handed him over to some senior guys from the army, and they flew him to the USS Vincennes. I believe I said that right. I could be wrong, but it's that ship. And that they have the coordinates of where they dropped him, and I didn't see it. I believe it. I mean, I know he's dead. I know we have pictures. I wish they would release him, but I didn't see it. So, as far as I know, he could be freeze-dried somewhere too. I mean, I don't know.
They told you that before you even went on the raid? They're like, hey, we're going to dump him in the ocean.
Yes.
Why would they even...
I don't know. I mean,
tell
why
you
not?
that?
I had a lot of different options for him, but that was it. That's going to happen. They labeled it. They did the test. They have the test, but someone took the body away, and then we never saw it again.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Have they ever done that with anybody else?
No. Not as far as I know, but...
Yeah, I've never heard anything.
Yeah, they were saying they brought him to that ship. They gave him a proper burial, and then they threw him over, and no one was allowed to watch, I guess.
A proper burial, huh?
Well, proper burial. Let's see. as far as getting thrown over the side of a ship, I guess it's proper.
Kick him off a fucking fantail.
But yeah, they wrote down the coordinates, and they apparently marked the pad eye on the ship, which means whatever. But yeah, and there are guys that said they were on the ship that they know what happened, but I've never seen footage of it. So I can understand too the conspiracies around it. Like,
yeah,
why,
I mean, it's definitely odd. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Y'all.
What are your guys' theories with that? What do you think they did with bin Laden? Did they off him? Is he still out? What do you guys think? What's crazy is they documented and broadcasted live on national TV Gaddafi, getting stoned to death and things shoved up places. Saddam documented, broadcasted him getting, right? Why didn't they release the bin Laden pictures to the people, to the Americans? I don't know. It's fair to ask some questions though, right?
It's aliens in the water. It's aliens in the water. It's not aliens in the water. The water is how you get to space. Water is a portal. You can't go up to get out of space. You got to go down. The aliens are not in the water. Space is the water. That's why the water is infinite. That's why we don't know how deep the water is. The water is space. The water is space. The aliens are coming through the water from space. Water is space. The water is space. After a while, the water just turned to space. It's space. That's where space at. I don't know what's so hard. Like, this is not a hard concept to understand. That's why every time y'all see a rocket, that motherfucker blow up. You can't escape from the top. You got to go through the bottom.
What car has the least amount of maintenance?
The answer is still Corolla Hybrid, Prius. Those are the cars you can own. You won't lose much of depreciation. You won't lose much of fuel costs. If I was just somebody who didn't care about cars, it would be so freeing to just have a Prius. 55 miles per gallon, and it's a pretty nice looking car. It's actually fairly quick, and it's got good tech. Just sitting there and listen to my Spotify driving around a Prius. That would be a dream.
What's
and then
holding
you
you
sell
back?
it 10 years later, and you lose like $4,000.
What's holding you back from that?
I just like to drive special cars.
What car brand is lasting 500,000 miles? Toyota. What car brand is lasting 500,000 miles?
If anyone would have a chance to be Toyota.
What car brand is lasting 500,000 miles?
Honestly, quite a few different generations of cars through every mix of models, but the most common you usually see is Honda or Toyota. Like,
Here's why.
We're hating on my Prius when I told you I drive a Prius 2nd generation 2008. That thing's got over 250,000 miles, over 250,000 miles. Never had a problem with it. Now I have only had it for about 3 or 4 years, but the only thing that's ever happened to it, I needed a new tire, which I'm due for about 4 new tires now. Battery died because I left the door. I didn't shut it all the way. It got stuck on the seatbelt. So woke up in the morning, the battery was dead. That's it. Never had a problem with it. Runs smooth, runs good. I love it. Of course, I got a 2008 Dodge Ram too, but I drive the Prius everywhere. I drive the truck with the baby. That's about it. I love my Prius. If that day comes when I do get a new car, it probably would be the new Priuses, y'all. I love Priuses. I love Toyotas. I'm a Toyota guy. Once this Dodge Ram gives out on me, straight Toyota. But yeah, they're good cars. They're cheap. I highly suggest anybody out there doing Spark, anything like that, don't go get a new car at the dealership and start your month off minus $600. Go on Craigslist, get you a 2nd generation Prius. Try to find it with some good mileage. My 2nd generation Prius has over 250,000 miles, y'all.
You to refinance your house at a lower interest rate. You think they want you to refinance at a lowest interest rate because they care about you having a lower payment. Yeah, we want to help you out. We're going to give you a lower payment. That's the sales pitch.
Oh.
That's the large print that giveth. Do y'all want to know what the small print that taketh away says? When you refinance your house at a lower interest rate, you just started the whole 30-year amortization process period over again, and the majority of the money that you pay in the beginning of the loan, the majority of it goes to interest. So even though your interest rate is lower and you're making a smaller payment, you're paying them more interest over time than you would have had you not gotten a lower interest rate with had you not refinanced your house and got a lower interest. So instead of getting a home equity loan, or instead of refinancing your house, get a home equity line of credit and use your line of credit to pay your debts and your bills, and don't use it to buy junk, because then you defeated the whole purpose. Use your home equity to buy things that make you money.
You guys seen this? Coca-Cola, $50, man, for 30 cans. $50. But that's not really what I'm pointing out here. You see this? The 2 thumbs up, the red hands, the coin going over to Coca-Cola. Now, we already know what that signifies, right? But watch this.
Blackstone, Hell's Kitchen, the Most High.
By now, you probably have already heard of it or seen it, the speech in which she thanks her accolades. She speaks and defends DEI hire and says that that's the way to go. Says that women bring the magic, while this whole thing spans and pans out to the witches, the actual witches, real life witches. States that they will rise like a phoenix out of the ashes from those that are trying to destroy them, then gives a litany of demonic, most low, not most high, groups and people, Blackstones, Hell's Kitchen, even shows Sean Carter. Hey, beautiful.
It would be a cat guy.
And so forth. And then she holds this up for about 3 seconds and says the Most High with these famous fingers. Their version of the Most High is not our version of the Most High. This is a spiritual battle between light and darkness. They worship the Most Low. They tell you who they worship, and that God, their little g God, has zero power. The magic they're speaking about is self-invoked magic that does absolutely nothing to anybody covered in the blood of Christ. We are in a great, great spiritual purge right now, and it is us versus them. Make no mistake, all the empathetic words that they use, all the semantics of caring and loving that they spout is nothing but a blanket covering statement for allowing and being tolerant of demonic, evil, immoral actions in the guise of DEI and tolerance. Evil loses 100%. Stop worshiping demons. I don't care how they look on the outside. On the inside, they're withered, old, and ugly.
And what are allodial titles?
People are familiar with the patent process. These are royal land patents. Say I'm alive in the 1840s. I apply for this royal land patent. I receive the royal land patent. I am the patent holder. If I chose to sell my patent to you, you become the patent holder. But if I die without selling my patent, future generations of my lineage can only sell, trade, lease their lifetime. If I inherited this from my grandfather and I sell it to you, the moment I die, it goes back to the family. This is how Europe, this is how, King Charles, the new king, this is how dude has all these lands for 1,000 years because it's all this allodial title. And when his mom died, guess what? All the lands that she leased and or had sold goes back to him. So blow your mind away. In 1959, even though it's an illegitimate statehood, they did not do the paperwork right. What we have experienced since then, freedom of speech, right to gather and protest, and a federal oversight that recognizes allodial titles. In the 1840s, the United States of America was issuing allodial titles and royal patents in America. So if Hawaii is truly a part of America, then these titles are actually true and valid.
Robert Kennedy Jr. just admitted they have been spraying us with chemtrails and said he is going to stop this crime.
It's called Secret Pizza Party. Tomorrow we're gonna Pepper, then you're gonna love this book. Pepperoni. Are they all pepperoni? Here, Sebastian, look. Pepperoni! The end. It's called.
Do y'all see that another area is experiencing blood rain? The Lord is literally revealing itself to us. The earth is speaking. The beach is in Hamas Island in Iran. And y'all, this shit, you cannot make it up. I'm gonna show y'all the video. I just need y'all to sit here and think for a second. This is not normal, but I'm sure it's about to become normal. So they try to say, oh nah, this is a natural phenomenon. It just rarely happens. They say it's because it's a high concentration of iron oxide in the soil. But I don't know, y'all. Just look at this video. That shit is red as fuck. Look at it, y'all. But they say this is a natural occurrence.
Yeah, it doesn't look natural.
Look at that shit. Just pouring down, y'all. Going straight into the ocean.
Okay, a lot of you guys are probably not going to understand what the red shoes are and what it means and why she would post this. But I want you to look at the comments and you're going to see this a lot. Okay, this is not people just going up to her comments and looking at the picture and going, okay, or this is good. No, it literally means 666. That's their symbolism. Okay, and it has something to do with these shoes. I want you guys to go and look up what the Red Shoe Club is. I'm not going to talk about it here. It will get immediately deleted. It is so grotesque and disgusting and horrifying, actually, what it really is. So you can figure that out on your own. No normal person is going to post this picture for no reason. Like, okay, where else have we seen this? Red Shoe Club.
The holy city of Mecca, which is in Saudi Arabia. Mecca has a Masonic circle, and within the Masonic circle is a square, because you got to do everything on the square, remember. Town Square, you have New York Square, Vatican Square, Red Square. Why? Because this is Masonic. And it goes all the way back into the ancient world, the terms and symbols. In the Middle East, the old Phoenician Canaanite worship of the planet Saturn was the most important god of all the ancient world, was the planet Saturn, and his symbol, six-pointed star. Today we call that the Star of David. There was no Star of David. It's the Star of Saturn. Gotta wake up and understand where this stuff comes from. Because if there is a God in heaven, if there is a divine presence in the universe, then you're going to have to rethink what we believe and where we're going and what the world is all about, because for the last 2,000 years we haven't done too well. All of the things which are going on in this world today, from 9/11, all of the wars in the Middle East, all of this stuff can be traced back to the planet Saturn.
First the fires, then the rain.
Is there any way we can bring in some cloud cover? This isn't spring break. We need somber.
Copy that. Let's try this one.
Just tell us, y'all.
There you go. Thank you.
Tower out.
I hate to be right about something like this, but I want to make a prediction, right? And this Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America thing, this is them testing. This is the frog in the water, and they're turning up the water. And my prediction here is that sometime in the next 4 years, they're going to start changing the names of other things. And what they're working towards is changing the name of our country. They want to change. And it's going to be something benign. It's going to be something easy that you'll fucking accept relatively without too much of a fuss, right? Something like New America, right? So the name is still there, but it's now, and that paves the way. Again, we're the frog. We're already in the pot of water. That paves the way to turn it all the way up to boil. And now we can start changing the Constitution outside of the correct path of doing so, which is constitutional amendments. Because now it's not the United States of America anymore. It's fucking New America. I'm telling you, frog in the water, and they're turning the temperature up. And this fucking Gulf of America bullshit is there it is. That's a TikTok.
Think of that.
Put in them. Don't let them fool you. AI does not mean artificial intelligence. AI means ancestral intelligence, because that's what artificial intelligence is. It is the collection of all knowledge and wisdom that has ever existed.
All right, clap it up. The performance is over. There's no shot that these two are still in space, right? It was reported last week that after 8 long months of being stuck in space, that they have finally stepped out of the space station and did their first spacewalk together. Now, I know that a lot of people believe stuff and they think that everybody's dumb, but come on, bro. Y'all cannot tell me that these two people are still in actual space. There's no way that any of y'all actually believes that. And let's just say hypothetically they are. Why can't you get them home? And it still baffles my mind how they had Christmas gear up there. It still baffles my mind how they still get food and water. They didn't have an 8th month supply. And so how are they getting stuff up there, but they can't get them from down there? Like, make it make sense to me. It just nothing about this story adds up to me. Because I can guarantee y'all that they probably somewhere in Nevada chilling out at some type of fake space station that no one knows about in the middle of nowhere, bro. Because y'all can't expect nobody to believe this. And people do believe it. That's the crazy thing.
Dog, Barry ain't even hiding it no more. Not only is he not hiding it, they're showing us. And you say, John, what is Barry not hiding? And Barry is Barack, if you don't know. They're not even fucking hiding it no more. They used to hide it. They used to prancer out little. Look, they're not even fucking hiding it. You want to know how I know? Look at this picture. All right, now that you've seen this picture, you think just like me. What is going on? How are they? They're not even hiding it no more. You remember when they used to hide it? And they used to make you feel bad because you called her the names you called her. How have we been fooled? What else have we been fooled about? What's his name? Macron or Macron? And he doing the same thing. But Barry has Michael. What is going on? How is this real?
Fresh. Yeah, right. There ain't nothing fresh about this place. Every fruit, every vegetable, pineapple, berry, potato that you've seen in this store has been on a food truck for weeks, if not months. The only reason why they don't look rotten is because they're filled full of syringes of preservatives and wax coatings and artificial dyes to increase store life. Most of the garlic that's in a jar like this is grown in septic fields overseas. The organic section, the only difference between organic and conventionally grown, you can find on the PLU numbers. Conventionally grown is 4, throw it out the door. Organic, 9 is fine, but the reason why is because you can wash the pesticides off of organic. Whereas conventionally grown produce, you can't wash it off. That's systemically introduced through the roots. That means it's in the biological chemistry of that organism. The meat department's syringed full of nitrates. That's horrible for your filter organs like your kidneys, which are extremely important for your endocrine system and your hormone balancing. People always ask me if this is satire and if I'm serious in these videos. Of course I am. You're being poisoned by what you eat. You need to go support your local farmer's market or grow your own food, which is why I created a company where I ship grow kits and heirloom seeds across the nation to help people do just that inside their homes with no space.
I mean, we seen even at the farmer's market, they're buying stuff from the grocery store and go selling it for double. So you don't know. I'm sure these people that sell beef, not all of them, there's some honest people out there. Some of them probably buy their beef from the store and then sell it 3 times more. It's about money, y'all. People want to make money. And if they can make money by fooling you, they can do it, right? That's just the way human is. Everything's expensive. People got to make money, unfortunately. But what are you going to do, y'all? I guess the only way is to butcher your own meat, grow your own eggs, grow your own veggies. Not grow your own eggs. Hatch your own eggs, veggies, fruits, have some fruit trees. That's the only way you know you're getting 100% organic. Because even that stuff at the store, like he's saying organic, you can wash it off. You don't know that. You don't know that. They probably picked those same damn things from the same tree. Segovia is back, baby. We're going to get into it at the end of the video. Make sure you guys stick around.
Great white. Great white. Great white
That's
shark.
crazy, y'all. I don't know how people get in a kayak in the ocean.
Yes, I'm out of here.
Especially in great white shark
mate,
territory.
Get out of the rudder. Holy.
You're in his world now, buddy.
Great white behind me.
Ain't no one coming to save you.
He's following me.
Damn, I didn't bring no drink today, man. I'm slipping.
It's not gonna be much fun. He's still right on my tail. He's following my rudder. Please don't attack me, bro. Oh my god. Please leave me alone, bro.
Imagine.
What can I throw out the back to get him away from me? If I throw my water bottle, I know that I'm littering, but it might take his attention away from me. Alright, we'll throw this water bottle. He's turned on the water bottle.
Hell
No, he didn't.
Want no plastic.
I thought that would work. He's coming
Throw a
closer.
sandwich out there.
I'm sorry for all the swearing,
He's
but
way
I'm
out there too.
right now. I have lost sight of him. I don't like that. I've lost sight of him. Where is he? He could just be swimming underneath me too. Holy.
Lazy people
I'm
go
just
out
not
there
gonna
in those
stop
kayaks.
paddling and keep an eye out.
I guess they just grew
I'm
up in the ocean,
so out of here, man.
it's normal.
Te moana, te tangaroa. Please, keep me safe, keep me well, and get me home. Holy sh... I don't know where he's gone, but I gotta turn these cameras off. Oh sh... that was him.
You hit him with his oar?
That huge swirl behind me. I hope that front camera picked it up. Oh, me. Oh, me. He's still following me. He's got a distance, but he could swim up on me at any moment. Tangaroa, please. Get me home safe, Tangaroa.
No thanks.
I don't know. It could be me because I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I'm under the impression that our elders sold us out. That's just my theory, because it's like when it comes down to the religion, to the indoctrination, to all this fake news, to the propaganda and stuff like that, they really submit to this stuff. They don't think outside the box. They don't play devil's advocate and think, what if, you know what I'm saying, or question the other side or try to look at perspective They just be stuck in their own perception, thinking, look, this is what it is, and this is what it's got to be. You got to pay Bill, you got to pay Uncle Sam for the rest of your life until you up out of here. And it ain't nowhere else around. It ain't nothing else you can do. But y'all supposed to believe in God, though. Y'all supposed to believe in a higher frequency, though. Y'all believe it's something better. You go to church every Sunday praising and screaming to God, but you got so much doubt in your heart. And then when it comes to systemic stuff, like, I could go present you, hey, I just started a business. You be like, oh, you know, it might not work, but hey, I just got a job. Oh, God, thank you, Jesus. Holy Jesus. Like, I really think our elders is sellouts. I really think our elders, even they unconsciously sold out or subconsciously sold out, or they directly sold out and be like, look, y'all can have our youth, y'all can have they, you know, birth certificates and their estates. You can have all that stuff that belong to them as long as you keep us free, as long as you keep us, you know what I'm saying, out of the agenda and stuff. I don't know. I think they done made a deal with the devil without telling us. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong.
You talking about your mom like that, but this is why we think outside the box, right? Got this. They didn't have that back then. Back in their day, you had to go talk to people. You had, you know what I mean? So they didn't sell us out. That's just this is what's selling us out right here. We're learning everything. We're getting the knowledge with this.
Guy yelling to all the people in California to get out. You remember that?
Breaking news. California has been shaken by 7 earthquakes in the past 24 hours, raising serious concerns about seismic activity along some of the state's most dangerous fault lines. A 4.2 magnitude earthquake struck near Avenel overnight, adding to 6 others that hit Northern California and the Bay Area.
Breaking news, huh? You're about to see a whole lot of natural disasters, my prediction. While we're having all these natural disasters, you're about to see a crazy currency exchange or monetary transfer system transfer. And it's all getting ready for a certain score. Think it's all coincidence that the Federal Reserve is under attack? Trump has canceled the IRS, has raised tariffs. He's making America great again. Why would you get rid of the Federal Reserve if it's been running us for over 100 years? One reason only. A new monetary system. So do you think Trump's part of the plan? And do you think he's for us, or is his life in danger? Also, earthquakes, you know what I believe they start from? Ice Cube Neutrino. Peace to the gods.
What do I mean? Well, a couple $100 in XRP. What do you got to lose? You never know. But I just had an earthquake where I'm at last night. Woke up, felt the whole house. It's been very windy out here. So to me, I thought it was just wind, but I felt the whole house like it was cracking and just making weird noises. But I thought it was from the high wind. But like at 2 or 3 in the morning, you know, I got to wake up with a baby. And before I go back to bed, I always get ring notices, you know, from the ring cameras. You know, people in the area, the neighbors saying, you know, did you hear this? Did you see that? Did somebody come knock on your door? Whatever. I just pay attention to it. And they said there was an earthquake. Sure enough, I Googled it, earthquake. That must have been what it was when I felt this whole house just start cracking and making funny noises. There's a little 5.6, I think, earthquake out here in far west Texas.
You visit DC, it feels like you're walking through Rome with all the architecture and all the pagan idols and the statues, the monuments, Roman pantheon being recreated and shepherded by Thomas Jefferson. Jefferson wanted to see reconstructed pagan temples to the old gods. He wanted that to be, when you're walking down DC, this is what you're going to see, and he was successful in that. Being raised to think that America was built as a Christian nation, you would expect to see crosses. You would expect to see statues of apostles. I don't know. That's just what I have in my mind. If you're going to go, you're going to see some representation of that, and you don't see any of that there. Like, it really feels like you're walking in Rome. And everybody knows about the pentagrams, and a lot of people will look down and say, even with the pentagram that's on the street layout, they'll look at it and they'll say, oh, well, it's not a complete pentagram because it's missing a leg. The purpose behind it is actually for rituals, for ritual purposes, to be able to harness the power of Osiris. For example, as we've talked about with the inauguration of every U.S. president, and calling down that, or calling up the seat of Osiris to allow the government to have a divine representation, and that goes all the way back to the pharaoh and
lightning striking the Washington Monument just here recently. It was a big deal. I don't think it did any damage. I don't know. I didn't really look into it. But the video that I saw, and I suggest somebody, everybody look into this. Look at the video of the recent Washington Monument getting struck by lightning. That's what they're calling it, by the way. All I could think about was, this looks like a massive ritual is happening right now. Like, this doesn't just look like lightning striking something. This looks like some Ghostbusters satanic ritual taking place, drawing down the power. I'm not saying that's what was going on, but that's the first thing that crossed my mind. They see it as bringing about that old form of supernatural government in the occult world and setting that up for the new world so that we can all live under this new Atlantis. That's literally the goal that we're heading towards.
Going to a UN meeting as an independent of the World Federalists, and they were handed this book, this little booklet, and it talked about the need for a world king. How do you look at that? It sounds very familiar and reminiscent of the Antichrist, a world king, a world dictator. I think the things that we're seeing today is setting the stage for that. As we document in Belly of the Beast, they're having to implode America from the inside in order to bring it down so that they can have a global order out of chaos.
Okay, you're a brokey. You could literally go and get a job at Buffalo Wild Wings or at McDonald's, or you could be intelligent and go get a job at the country club. You could go get a job at the high-end restaurant. Well, I don't know anything about wines. Well, go on fucking YouTube and learn about wines. Learn how to have a nice little British accent. Learn how to say all the bullshit foods. Go work at a high-end restaurant. Why not? That's what I did. That's how I got my relationships, my connections. That's how I met people that funded my first business. Waiting their fucking damn tables. I waited tables for Jeff Bezos, dude. I was there. Why? Because I wanted to be in a place where I could position myself. And it doesn't matter if you're a brokey, because broke is a condition of the mind. The operating system changed.
Like Jeffrey Dahmer, you know who that is?
Yeah, he that man in heaven. If he truly repented and gave his life to Christ, he's in heaven.
Really?
Yes.
After he murdered, cut
yes.
people's heads open and drugged them and raped them.
Yes.
He goes to really?
Yes.
That's my and I'm not that's just my personal opinion, right? And
yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But the thing is, Paul was killing people. Paul was burning. That's not a fantasy story. That's a real life story. Paul, who was Saul from Tarsus, literally was killing people. But he wrote 13 books of our Bible. He was killing Christians and then turned around and telling Christians how to be a Christian. That's true. We are so caught up on the actions of people that we miss the big picture. You lying to somebody is just as bad as you killing somebody. Because sin is sin in God's eyes. If he truly had a heart of repentance and he said, God, Jesus, I'm sorry for this sin that I've committed against you, man, that man is in heaven.
The reason why this is so hard for people to wrap their heads around is because innately we compare our righteousness to the person next to us, meaning, well, I'm better than that person. Like I'm not that bad of a person, so I'll probably go to heaven. They might go to heaven. That person is definitely not going to heaven. What we're doing is we're comparing laterally when God says, I need you to compare up. The only way that you get into heaven is if you're perfect. God is the standard of perfection. And if we have any blemish in us, we're not getting in. None of us are. The Bible says that we all have sinned and we are all worthy of the wages of our sin, which is death, not just here, but in the life to come. And so this point is so important because it reminds us to stay humble, man. Nobody is getting into heaven based off of their good works. All of our good works are filthy rags before a righteous God. And this is why Jesus' act, dying on the cross for you and for me, is so significant. He paves the way for us to receive eternal life when none of us deserve it. Even if you've murdered somebody. This is the scandalous grace and mercy of God.
Why are all these homes in D.C. suddenly for sale? It's like all these homes just went up for sale overnight. Why is everyone selling their home? It says here that everyone in D.C. is Googling criminal defense lawyer. Why are they doing that? According to Google, in Washington, D.C., the search for lawyer has shot up over 400%. Is this like parking tickets or something? Or wait a minute, it says right here that some of the top searches have been wipe hard drive offshore bank.
This ain't for real, is it?
Is that like is that like they have to shut down a lemonade stand or something, or what's going on? Someone significantly smarter than me is going to have to come in here and explain. I can't put these things together, but I know there's someone out there that can help me piece this puzzle together and solve this like Scooby-Doo.
So by now, you guys are well aware that our Earth is going through some major changes, right? And one of the major byproducts is these new species of animals that scientists have found in the Mariana Trench. So they said they found the vents down at the bottom of the ocean leaking some type of radiation that's causing these animals to change their whole biological makeup. Check this out, y'all.
Scientists speculate that a radioactive catalyst from deep within the Earth's crust is emitted through oceanic vents, triggering a wave of macroevolution among marine life. Exposure to this radiation is thought to alter the genetic makeup of organisms.
Like, if those were in space, maybe they are. Those are aliens, right? They got a picture of that on the moon. Everyone would be like, that's an alien. Those are aliens, y'all. Can't convince me otherwise.
As a result, entirely new species have emerged with extraordinary adaptations not seen elsewhere on the planet.
Oh, look at these creatures, y'all. Look at this. And these are all real creatures, y'all.
Look at that.
Look. So, of course, this would start out in the ocean first because the ocean's at the bottom. Started from the bottom. Look at this, y'all. Look at these new creatures. That's crazy. The Earth is working. The shift is here. Look at that. Wow. Look at this guy. What the heck? No.
Whites were real strict on their own kind if you came in with that charge. The Mexicans was the blacks didn't care. They might just for show, man, you gotta get off the yard.
Wait, so the blacks were the most lenient when it comes to child
back then.
Why do you think that was? It was because everyone's guilty of it, or?
Yeah, a lot of them guilty. Because back in the day, like I say, you had the dope boy messing with the youngs, like, oh, that's my little jewelry. So people didn't say nothing about that, but then they started getting strict on dudes, start beating guys up because you had coming there messing with real like 10, 9, underage girls. So it had got so bad in the federal system where they put a sign up saying, we're gonna put these child in the yard. If you touch them, you'll get an outside charge. Sometime it worked. You got guys with a light sentence might be ticked off, and I don't care about this. I'm about to take off on them. So then they start opening up prisons just for sex offenders. If you look in the book and look up a prison, if you see SOMP, SOMP, you know that's a sex offender yard. So now you go like Puff. If he gets sentenced, he's going to a sex offender yard. So nobody's not gonna be able to extort him, or he's not gonna get beat up because everybody on the yard with him either snitched or they have charges like he have.
Are y'all seeing what's happening in Greece right now? There is a massive evacuation taking place as they have a huge influx of earthquakes and also an active volcano, I think at least one, all happening at the same exact time. And this right here actually made me open up some secret history. We'll get into that later. But we're also having some major warning signs in the sky in Russia. Everyone's trying to leave, so it seems as if something really big is possibly about to happen. And don't forget, just a few weeks ago I was showing you the, electron map, and it shows the increase in seismic activity, whether earthquakes and volcanoes. Go figure, right? The reason me and other people can tell you guys what's coming weeks and months in advance is because we've been paying attention and we know the signs. And if you know the historical significance of Greece, then you know. We're about to get into this in a minute, but this is just some of them right there. And this is in Russia right now. You know, the Bible talks about being able to discern the face of the sky to tell what is coming. It really does feel like something is afoot. And if you learn from history, you will too.
At McDonald's, if you say, hey, can I get fries, no salt, they generally have to get you a fresh batch from the fryer because they already had salted their fries.
On it though? It's so good.
Here's the deal. The ones that have the salt have been sitting there for Lord knows how long. So if you say no salt, you can add your own. Ask for a little packet of salt.
Okay, but you get some fresh fries.
But they're like real fresh, real crispy.
Okay.
So there's one example. The other example is at Chick-fil-A, I would ask for well done fries.
Voodoo is
another trick at fast foods. I know we stay away from fast foods over here, but off the broiler. If you're going to go get, a double quarter pounder, a Big Mac, at Sonic, at Burger King, I want it fresh off the broiler. They don't give you the meat that's already, they throw it on the broiler and then give it to you. Because right now they just cook it and put it in a little compartment up there. When you order it, boom, boom, they don't even put it on the broiler. So when you get it, it's more juicy. Learned that from my fat ass days, y'all.
Real, I lived in New Orleans for 23 years of my life, like 23 of them things. And let me tell you, what old girl was doing in the stands to Patrick Mahomes is as real as it gets. She was really sitting there with a voodoo doll.
That's crazy.
Poking at Patrick Mahomes, and he had a horrible game. Horrible. So much that people are calling him washed. The witchcraft in New Orleans is, I'm telling y'all, when you cross over into New Orleans atmosphere, the darkness is so powerful. You feel the darkness. I've been telling people this for years. If you go down to the French Quarter, you go down to off Bourbon, you go down to Canal, you go anywhere down there, and I'm telling y'all, you're going to feel that heaviness and that darkness. I remember one time I was delivering for Amazon Flex because I was trying to make some extra money. This is back in like 2019, so it's not that long ago. I get out my car, people dressed in regular clothes, your everyday people. I get out my car to deliver. This is late at night. It's like 11:30 p.m. And I'm delivering these boxes. I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm in the streets. I see these regular people. I'm thinking that they're like preaching or having church, right? Because the guy was on the corner talking. And he was saying like very church-like things. But then bro said, all hail Satan, and we give you all this, and we lift this up to you, and witchcraft, and all these different, and he started saying all these things, divination, and we're gonna use this, and we're gonna do this. And the whole time they're talking about, there's a whole satanic church. It was a whole satanic voodoo church that they had, that they were doing outside. And there was so many people, it was black, white, Hispanic, so many different people there. And you would have thought that they were normal people, but no, they were like, oh my God. When I tell you, I dropped off that package at the front door and then I got in my car and I got ghosts. I took the other packages back to Amazon Flex and said, I'm not doing this no more. So the dark history behind New Orleans and all that, bro, like it's very dark. I know some stories very personal to me of people in my family who have dealt with witchcraft or people who do witchcraft in my family, okay? And witches don't look how they used to look. They don't look like this. They look like your average person, like the lady in the seat. And so I'm telling y'all, do y'all homework on New Orleans and the culture in New Orleans, because I'm telling y'all, is a little crazy down there. I'm telling, listen, it's a little crazy down there. And y'all might want to believe this, because she wasn't doing this for no reason. And perhaps that's why Brody had a bad game. I'm just saying.
Coffee, especially in America, is full of mold. I quit coffee for 5 years because I would drink it and then I'd feel good. An hour later, I'd get like tension in my chest and I get sugar cravings and I just felt crappy. So I'd drink more. And I had my first cup of coffee in 5 years. And it was like the angels started singing. And like, I love my brain on coffee. And then the next day I had different coffee and I felt like crap. I'm like, wait, I couldn't have got allergic to coffee overnight. It has to be, there's something in the coffee. And I really dug in on toxic mold because I already knew about mold in the environment. So I started a big company called Bulletproof. I'm no longer involved with the company. My new coffee company is called Danger Coffee. It's lab tested, mold free, says it on the label, which is important. You should check whether something that was mold free is still mold free that you might be drinking. Danger Coffee has trace minerals and electrolytes that specifically bind to toxins in the gut. So when you drink it, you're getting a higher potential to make electricity in your cells because it's restoring minerals.
Drink alcohol, can't smoke weed, can't eat carbs. I don't know if it's me or my schizophrenic mind. I don't know. But don't take away my coffee. That's the one thing that I feel I'm getting a buzz. I'm getting a high when I'm drinking my coffee in the morning. But I have been doing research on coffee. And, you know, a lot of people are saying it causes sugar cravings and all that. Some people say it takes it away. Some people will say it causes it. But I am so addicted to coffee. It is just a habit. I always say, I'm not going to drink coffee today. And next thing I know, I'm drinking coffee. Do you guys notice anything? Do you guys know anything about that? The sugar cravings? Because I crave junk. I do. I crave it. I'm being honest with you guys. I know I shouldn't. I know I'm addicted to it, right? But I've noticed since I had the baby that it's diminished a lot. Like, for one, I don't have time to go get junk. And for two, if I do eat it, I know I'm going to pay for it in the middle of the night because I'm going to be dead tired. But do you guys know anything about that coffee causing sugar cravings? I would like to cut back and maybe just drink coffee on the weekends or something. But like I said, I always say I'm going to. Next thing I know, I'm 3 coffees deep.
Bro, what's happening? See none of their faces. Look at this. Dude, look at their faces. God.
Mama Bear's out there. She's got to be mad.
Bro, what's happening? Bro.
These fires are 0% contained right now. And let me tell you how bad things really are. All right. So New York is about 14,000 acres, all right, in Manhattan. 15,000, 16,000 acres have burned up in Pacific Palisades, okay? And not just that, we also have Hollywood Hills, Studio City, Malibu, Santa Monica, Altadena. All of those right now are just up in flames, and they got no containment on those. Now, the worst thing about it too is what we have going on is these Tesla chargers are full, and a lot of these Tesla charging stations, they shut off the power, so they can't even charge their cars. So what's going on is a lot of people, they just abandoning their cars. And if you know, in a lot of those areas, if there's traffic, your car run out of battery, there's only one way up and one way down, all right? So it sucks. And to top it off, on top of that, you got all these looters, all right? So a lot of these places that had to evacuate, you got these looters that are coming in, and they just taking everybody's shit. Okay, now it's looking bad out here. It's like the Wild Wild West.
So now if you have a thought, you can literally be thinking about a bicycle and don't mention it.
And you can open your phone up on Facebook, and what's the first suggestion you will see? A bicycle ad. And you wondering, I didn't talk about this. I thought it. Why isn't it in my phone? Because these things are reading the brain waves and patterning. Your brain waves is a sequence. It's like a sequel. It's a mathematical equation. If you build some type of software to read that mathematical equation, then you can translate it into the exact image or English that you needed to be, and I can tell you what you was thinking. CIA been doing this on people for the longest. It's a movie called Eraser. Have y'all ever seen Eraser where they had all this technology and can see through walls? And I think Arnold Schwarzenegger played in it, I believe. Go back and watch that movie. This movie is before I was born. I was born in 1988, and they was showing you this technology. So these things do exist, and it's all for greed and to drive a sale. So if I can take a phone, right, and my phone can read your brain patterns, or if I can get your genome sequence, there's no reason why, if you get a new phone and you really read through all of those Privacy Act laws, that you are giving over your thoughts, you're giving over your privacy, you're giving over your camera. They taking pictures every millisecond. This thing take about 3 pictures of me, and you can turn off the lights and use a UV light in it to show the phone taking pictures. The phone is constantly recording your conversation, seeing the things you like. The actual grid inside the phone, or the circuit breaker, is emitting the. I saw a video.
So crazy they're doing all this. Back in the day, not too long ago, you can just take the battery out, SIM card out. Who knows if it's still recording, but it seemed to be good. Now you can't. But have you guys noticed that? I've noticed that. It used to be, I'm on the phone. Yeah, I want to buy this new laptop. Open up Facebook or whatever. There's the laptops. But now I'm sitting here thinking of something, scrolling. There it is. Have you guys noticed that?
Who like unscrewed her whole lint trap thing in her dryer, and it was completely full of lint, and now I decided that I have to do mine because I need to know if that's mine also. Hopefully this whole thing comes out like hers did. Not sure how else it would be. Like, more screws. There's a screw here. There were 2 screws here. There's this one screw here that it's like okay. It was connected on like 2 sensor things. Oh my god.
Better get that shot back in there.
All over me. What? I clean it every time. Why is this like sand? This is seriously disgusting. It's compacted in here. It's not light, fluffy lint. What is going on? Why is there so much sand? We don't live by a beach. Ew. This is
5 more minutes. We'll be in trouble, y'all.
Jammed in.
I get in trouble now. Now there's a baby in the house.
Best way to do this.
Mama Bear don't let things slide like she used to. Mama Bear be on my ass if I'm in here too long.
Oh, it's like, oh my god. Where is that even coming from? I don't understand why there's so much sand. I really don't. Ew. I need to vacuum. tried this thing. I'm not even sure what that did. I even have one of those dryer vent cleaning kits with the extendable arm thing that I put down there to try and clean it, and this still looks like this. I'm trying to use this brush to get this lint out. It's like impossible.
I got brand new washers and dryers, but I will be doing that eventually.
In the dryer basically to reassemble it. And I'm covered in lint. Hold on. Cool. Moral of the story, there's no way my dryer could have been working as well as it's supposed to be with that much crap in it. So I guess we're supposed to clean those out.
If you fill your car this way, you're an idiot. Don't ever do this. People who fill their car and they're there, fill, click, stop.
Guilty.
Stop.
Be
Stop
real.
right there.
Guilty.
Don't go, oh, I'm going to add a little bit more gas. And then you pull it again. What you're doing is you're now putting gas inside your filler neck. No good. Do not do that. And here's why. This is your fuel cap. It's vented. This is a little vent hole, and down here is a little drain hole. See that? There's also a vent line that runs next to your filler neck. The little tube that your fuel goes down. You do that, you're messing up the ventilation of your fuel tank. Air has to go back in there to replace the void that's created as you consume your fuel. So your ECU may start freaking out. You may start throwing a check engine light. Plus, it's plain old not safe to have fuel inside your filler neck as well. Plus, if you have an older SUV or truck like this, what is a few soda cans worth of fuel really getting you? A whole heck of a lot of trouble for a half mile down the road. Oh, I've been filling up my gas. I've been clicking it off every single time. I never had a problem. Oh, I eat Taco Bell every single day. I've never had a problem. Oh, I've never done Squatch. I never had a problem. Give me a break.
17-year-old kid was just murdered. Basketball player.
A star basketball player.
Star
I think
basketball player. But he was a drill rapper by night that wore a mask. They say that he was responsible for Gilly's son. He was gunned down in front of his mother, this kid.
This was a retaliation?
That's 2 times he got shot.
I mean, he was gunned down, and they're saying that he was the one that was at the. I don't know if he was the shooter, but they said he was the one responsible for Jesus' death.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Yeah, ain't no way around it.
Basketball player or not.
Yeah.
And that drill rapper shit.
Damn shame.
Yeah.
You live by it, you die by it. Yeah, I read about it when it first happened, but I didn't know it had any ties to Gilly boy.
That you can see why it happens. And people like, I guess, I mean, I don't know why people think they could hide behind a mask, right? Like the light all comes out. And too many of these little kids, like we live in an era where people not only rap about it, but they speak about it. Like it used to be a code of silence.
Yeah,
like,
you just watch the news and just you and your people knew about it. You know, those that know.
Yeah. Now people are putting it on social media. They're telling people that they did this. They're putting it in code, which is obvious to anybody that knows. They, for whatever reason, don't believe that police listen to them on social media.
Yeah, they want motherfuckers want to be known killers now. Yeah.
I don't know, man. There used to be an art to the subtlety, to the maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
Yeah.
You know, make up your own assumptions. I'll let you know if I did it. But now this is like
they want to be known.
Yeah.
Put my face on the ring camera. Like, yeah, damn.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, the rapper used to be the mouthpiece for the really doing shit. Did it. Now they want to be known for really doing it, really putting in work.
Well, maybe that's what it was. There's something that happened there. In order to be a rapper, you had to be about that. So it came back around full circle. You had this rapping that wasn't about that. So come back around. I do my own work. I put in my own stunts. So maybe that's part of it.
Yeah, Tupac never started that shit. Yeah, Tupac was trying to be what he wasn't. Yeah, and it cost him his life. So after that, everybody saying you ain't what you be rapping about.
I see more and more clips and reels and posts like that.
Lil Boosie and them started that, homie. You ain't about what you be talking about. He had a whole song talking about that, homie. So that's how a lot of end up dead in Baton Rouge. Boosie and them changed the fact where you can't be a studio gangster no more.
All right, family. There you have today's reaction. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Segovia has been doing things different over here on this channel. And, you know, I feel I may have been paying the price for that, right? I've been trying to cater. I know it's stupid, but I'm human, right? I'm human. YouTube's new to me. Comments are new to me. I've been catering. I've been giving into too much of the negative feedback. I've been catering to the negative feedback instead of, you know, for every negative comment I get 20 great comments of people saying, man, I love you. Me and my wife watch you after work and all that. I love those, y'all. And Segovia has been paying attention to too much of the negative and changing too many things and forgetting. Be yourself. Be yourself. Say what you want on these reactions, right? Speak your mind. Quit trying to cater so you don't get negative comments, or, you know, if I say something wrong and you guys don't agree with it, so be it, right? You know, I'm getting back to my intro of putting my intro on there. I started making my intros like, welcome back to another video. Let's get into it. Boom. End of the video. Have a good one. Boom. Like, not sharing who I am. I like to share with you guys. I like to talk with you guys. I'm not one of these TikTok reactors that in the beginning of the video, hope everyone, like, we're back with another video. Let's get into it. End of the video. Thanks for watching. Bye. Like, I like to share game with you guys. I got to see what you guys are up to. How's the sobriety going? How's the mental health going? I need to get back to that, y'all. Segovia has been slacking with that. I've been trying to, you know, figure out how to get my views up, how to get, you know, get out there more. And I've been forgetting that what got me here was me being myself, y'all. And that's what you guys love. That's what you guys are here for. You're not here for, you know, shortness, quickness, in and out type of videos. You know, I like to talk with you guys. So that's what Segovia is going to start doing now. I'm getting back to my origins, getting back to, you know, being myself with you guys. I feel like, you know, since I've been changing things, like my views have been dropping and it hasn't been working to my benefit. And I need to get back to what got me here. And what got me here when I was getting, you know, 200-300 views was me just chit chatting and talking about life during these videos. And that's what I'm going to start doing, y'all. So I hope you guys enjoy the content. If you made it this far, leave a like. Like I said, love to get to 1,000 likes. Love to get back in that algorithm. Today, I'm gonna get out there, fix my tree up. I've noticed my tree is already starting to bloom in the front. So I just moved into this house in October. So I haven't done no yard work because we get a deep freeze where I'm at. So I'm waiting for it to start warming up to start planting and getting colorful out in the front. But my tree's starting to bloom. So I'm gonna clear out some rocks and make a nice bowl so I can start watering that tree. That's the plan today. Tomorrow, my mom, my sister, and my niece are coming out here to see the baby. My mom's already met the baby, but my sister and my niece have not seen the baby. They haven't even seen my new house. So I'm excited to have them over. We're gonna have on Monday, Mama Bear is gonna make some of her caldo. Tuesday, my mom's gonna make some of her famous tacos. On Sunday, we're probably gonna go hit some taco trucks out here. Let my sister and my niece experience the culture out here, how big taco trucks in Arizona. It's changing now, but back in the day in Arizona, taco trucks were really not near us. They were in the ghetto, right? That's where the taco trucks were at. That's where the best taco trucks are at in Arizona. But out here, they're everywhere. So we're going to go hit some taco trucks, and that's what we're going to do on Sunday. So I'm excited, y'all. But don't worry, reactions will still be coming up every day. So be on the lookout for that tomorrow for another reaction. I got to get out there because, like I said, I heard the baby crying. I don't know if Mama Bear's changing them and she's out there getting ready. I don't know. But all I know is I hope she don't yell at me. This is Segovia. I'm signing out of the man cave. I'm going to see you guys on the next one tomorrow. Hope everyone out there has a good day, has a good Saturday. Later.